Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to After Hour Gaming League. This is JW Schmo from Team Raytheon's B-League team. We are in the playoffs. This is the first week of the playoffs, and we've got a very tight match going on here between AMD and Raytheon. Let me introduce the players to you. In the bottom left-hand corner for AMD is IreScath, playing as the red Protoss. And in the upper right-hand corner, we have BueBz playing for Raytheon as the blue Zerg. Now, ladies and gentlemen, up until this point, it's been back and forth. AMD took the first two matches, putting them up 2-0, with Raytheon following up with some very convincing play in the second two matches to bring it up even 2-2. This will decide, this match right here will decide who goes on to week 2 of the playoffs. This is going to be against two of the finest players in the two teams. BueBz, playing for Raytheon, has had a fantastic career as Zerg. He has played some very effective games against very tight Protoss players, while on the other hand, IreScath has already taken one match today against a very substantial Zerg opponent from Raytheon. That would be the Great. So he already has one win on his belt today, and BueBz already has one loss against SQ Neo, who is another Zerg player. So we are literally pitting two greats together in this matchup. And we are going to see exactly what we get out from it. Alright, so we do see BueBz doing a little dance here, making a little love, getting down tonight in front of IreScath's gateway. We do see IreScath laying down his assimilator, and he is going to kind of poke at, show a little love to that drone down there. It does look like IreScath is going to leave his probe patrolling at BueBz's natural. This is going to force BueBz to engage that probe before he is able to get his main base down. And it does look like IreScath is going for some blocking play. This is a little bit different than most Zerg play, or Protoss play. For a normal PvZ play in any matchup. Really, usually what you see is on this corner right here, you see a pylon and then a forge. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly what IreScath is planning to do. We do see a second assimilator going down. That does mean that he is probably going to be going some high-level tech. I do see a probe making his way up to the very top map. I see a proxy pylon. This is significant. This is significant because, very simply, he can engage on land through here, but he can also engage through air along the top. I can show you very easily. He's just got to make a straight beeline right for that main's natural mineral line. All right, so we do have two Zerglings going down. They are going to engage this probe. I don't believe that probe is going to survive. He might be able to. No. So we do see a probe go down, and all of his particulate matter right there. Alright, so what do we got going up on this upper left-hand corner? We do see a Stargate going on for IreScath. This does mean that he is going to be going for the proxy air attack. I have never seen this happen in a PvZ game. Maybe I ought to get out more, but we're going to see how effective it is. We do know that a unsuspecting BueBz who has not scouted this is not very well equipped to handle anti-air at this point. He's going for Roach Warren. Roaches, as we all know, cannot attack air. His only real air defense is a Queen. He has scouted, though. He does see some fancy play here by IreScath because he knows that that natural does not have anything on it. So there's something very peculiar going down on the Protoss base. And BueBz knows that something needs to be found. Alright, so we do see this Zergling coming up here. He is going to find maybe something. Maybe. Will he find it? He does find it. He does find probably the most important piece of information in this entire matchup right here, this Stargate. BueBz is now knows that he needs to go anti-air, and he needs to go anti-air in a hurry. Now the question becomes, this is a race. Who can build faster? Who can get their units up faster? Is it going to be BueBz or is it going to be IreScath? IreScath certainly has the advantage. He's got one Void Ray out already. He's going to get 2 out right now. BueBz is going to send in his entire army of Zerglings. They are going to engage this Stargate. So the question then becomes, can IreScath do enough damage to BueBz's main to counter the loss he is going to face here of this Stargate? This Stargate is going to fall. But right now these Void Rays are engaging. They are going to take down this Spore Crawler. They are going to still have enough Void Ray power that is the prismatic alignment to just annihilate this Queen. Luckily the Queens are on creep. That does make them go faster, but they have just walked into another Spore Crawler. That is going to leave a huge amount of damage on these 2 Void Rays. They are going to have to retreat, and as a result, that Stargate, all that gas, all that money is now gone. The Zerglings have been able to annihilate that. Alright, so we do see a little poke here, but BueBz has been ready. He does have his Spine Crawlers down. His Zerglings decide not to engage. He really could have gone down and really caused some hurt there for IreScath by taking out his natural there. IreScath really just not in good position right now with having his 2 Void Rays retreating. I don't think he has a choice. I think he has to basically use them for defense because he doesn't really have the ground army to take on these Zerglings. If this surround happens on this, and it does on this Stalker is going to be saying goodbye, and these Zerglings are going to wait. I'm not sure. I don't know. Alright, so we do see these Zerglings come in. They are going to engage. It does look like they're going to get the surround here on this Nexus, and they are just going to push. They're going to try and put some damage here on this. They are going to get a surround. Oh, no, it looks like they got the surround. They decided not to do it, and BueBz is sending his Zerglings back. Alright, so we did see some very exciting gameplay there. We do see now that BueBz is 1 base ahead, just barely. IreScath is going to get his natural down, and it is going to now be a base race, ladies and gentlemen. Who can get their economy up faster? It does look like BueBz has a significant mineral advantage, and it does look like IreScath does have a gas advantage as far as the amount of units engaging in that activity. BueBz is going to very quickly here, though, if he does get his drones on that second extractor equalize that loss. We do see a 3rd going down for BueBz. BueBz does now have a 1 base higher count than IreScath. This is significant. Why? Simply because Zerg really needs to stay 1 base ahead in order to really significantly take on a Protoss player. That being said, when the Great played IreScath in his first matchup today, the Great had 3 bases to IreScath's 2 and still fell to a very significant Protoss ball of death. Alright, so after that first wave of excitement, it's going to taper off here a little bit. It looks like we do see, let's see some production. It looks like a significant amount of production going down here for BueBz. We do see the ever amazing Dark Shrine. All else fails, go DT, as it were. I ruined that. I know I did. The silence tells you that I know that I ruined it, but, you know, hey, whatever. I'm not perfect. I'm an engineer. Alright, so we do see that 3rd going down, nothing being done there. We do see a fully invested or vested natural, and his main is down to probably, it's efficient, it definitely is efficient. He will get a good usage out of here, but he could have a couple more drones. And then obviously his 3rd really is not really committing any resources to the cause, which is makes it a little awkward for BueBz. He does need to get that 3rd up and functional. We do see, this is, I'm going to pause it right here. So why is this little thing blue? That means that it's a hallucination. And it does mean that while it cannot attack, it can do some scouting here for IreScath. He is going to get the lay of the land. He is going to be able to see a substantial amount of the buildings and unit count coming from our friend BueBz. I apologize there for that hesitation. There seemed to be some level of status coming from my my broadcasting technology. Alright, so we do see 5 dark Templar coming out, and I believe that BueBz has at least surmised that some trickery is still going to be in play. He does get an Overseer down. This is going to allow him to see the cloaked units. These guys are cloaked, so that does mean that if I pause it right here and I go and I look at BueBz, well, he can see it because of this detector right here. What he does not see is these three guys right there. Now, if I go and do that, now I can see them, right? So these cloaked units right here are going to be able to inflict a little bit of damage. They are going to be able to do some level of pain. But this Overseer right here is going to make it visible now. So this does mean that our friend BueBz is going to be able to take on or take out these DTs. Alright, so we do see the ever infamous, ever powerful swarm host play being done by BueBz. This is important. Why is this important? Well, he has significantly been able to counter every Protoss play up to this point that I've seen, at least, with a very well done swarm host play. This is going to be a set of swarm hosts. It's going to be a Nidus canal, which I believe you see right here, the Nidus network. And what he's going to do, if you can bear with me, I'm going to pause it here for a second. He's going to bring these guys over to either here, he's going to bring them over to here, he's going to bring them over to here, or he's going to bring them over to here. Why is that significant? Well, what's going to happen is he's going to bring them over to, say, here, and they're going to be able to take on a path down to this expansion over here. They're going to be able to engage. If they're right here, they're going to be able to push units right up here, and now all of a sudden he is getting a huge free amount of pressure right at IreScath's main base or his side bases. So his natural will be feeling pressure. His third, if he chooses to go here or here, is going to be feeling pressure. And BueBz knows that this creates a level of micro that most Protoss players are not necessarily, they're capable of doing it, but they haven't really fully grasped how to handle it in this context. With this type of unit, the Swarm Host, very powerful. You really need high Templar to really knock them out of the ground effectively. You can delay the inevitable using the Robo with the Colossus and air units, but again, what you do from a Zerg standpoint is you guard from that play using Queens, using creep. You lay down some creep, and then you set up some spore crawlers, and that allows you to really just nibble away at a Protoss player, forcing them to engage at your level. Alright, so we do see BueBz having pretty good map control, pretty good map vision. He's going to catch this base going down. He's going to see it with that Zergling. And it does look like some photon cannons are going down. I do believe that IreScath is aware of what he is about to encounter as far as the Swarm Host goes, simply by having these cannons down. They're very good, at least at the very least, controlling Swarm Host. We do see that they do have the upgraded Locusts. These guys are going to be able to do a significant amount of damage for a longer amount of time. And what I mean by that is they're just able to last longer. Alright, so that we do see for free 300 minerals right there, gone. 450 gone. 600 right there, gone. And we do see now we're going to need to see an engagement here from we are going to see an engagement here from IreScath trying to counter without directly engaging. He is going to have to push back though. He is going to lose. Well, no, he isn't going to lose his Mother 24. But he does not, I do not believe he has detection. So he is going to have to retreat there at this point. And so, fundamentally speaking, this first wave of Swarm Hosts have been able to engage, they have been able to do some damage, and the timing here could be a little awkward here for IreScath. He does have a Colossus just kind of hanging out. It does look like BueBz has gone and moved his guys out in an attempt to push off a two-pronged attack. And what I meant by that is he's got to be concerned about units from this side and this side. I don't believe he knows exactly where IreScath's army is. IreScath being very defensive here with his play. He is sending out a good number of sentries. These guys are being used to force field out. He does not have a choice but really to use these sentries. But again, even that, he's wasting a huge amount of energy on these sentries trying to engage. and he's just going to have to go right back out on these locusts because they're going to come right in, and then another cannon's going to fall, and we are going to see this cannon take some damage. It's free money. Another cannon fall, another 2 cannons, that's 300 minerals right there. This is going to very much so tax IreScath. He is on the defensive on, I think, the level he wasn't prepared for at this point. And BueBz, I mean, let's just pause. Well, no, I'm just going to keep it going. But right now, if we look at the mineral count, it is almost a 5x improvement. Now it's a 3x improvement in the amount of money that BueBz has. I mean, he's just sitting back here and collecting money at this point. He's getting free kills with this attack. Right now, we do see he does recognize that he is now vulnerable, and he is able to retreat. That is huge. This Nidus Worm is absolutely fundamentally key to that play. It allows him to get out of there very quickly. He is very well set up for the counter that he needs to have. And IreScath did get a reprieve there. It is safe for him to kind of expand this base, engage with this base. But at the same time, he's down almost 5-1 on his 5-1 on his mineral count. You can see that up in the upper right hand corner right here. I mean, it's just the gas, everything. BueBz very much well invested, better invested. That initial Stargate loss, I think, cost him significantly. We do see a consume going on here. So this Viper, we do have Vipers on the field. These guys are going to be able to grab the Colossus. They're going to be able to pull them back and make them very vulnerable. So this is good for this is very good for BueBz. I don't believe that IreScath is going to see this attack right here. He is going to lose another cannon. He's going to lose a second cannon. I mean, just the amount of money just being lost at this point is staggering for IreScath. He really needs to engage. He does try and get some Vipers out, and it does allow the BueBz to poke at a Colossus or two, these Vipers, but I'm not sure they are going to do the damage they need to. I don't think they're going to be able to pull the way they need to pull. They are going to get 1 Colossus out in the open, 2 Colossus out in the open, and now these Colossi are vulnerable, but again, just not enough. We are going to see that Nidus count go down, and I believe IreScath is going to take this opportunity here to destroy pretty much all of BueBz vision here on the upper left-hand corner. So again, some good play, keeping IreScath on his toes. We are now it is just a colossal mismatch on the amount of minerals differential between these two teams. Protoss is, I would make a statement here that I think they're a little bit up against the wall. It's a little tense. I'm not saying IreScath can't come through and take this. He's been in I think worse situations in the past here. BueBz doesn't really have a huge army for defense. He is very dependent upon the spawn rates of these locusts. So if the timing is right, if the location is right, IreScath can do a huge amount of damage here to BueBz. It really does come down to some level of inevitability. If IreScath can get the right timing at the right place, he is going to be substantially more at a higher advantage here than BueBz. I mean, the risk here is immense. That what we are going to see is these swarm hosts just unable to engage properly. We do see a fantastic force field play right there. Those force fields pushed down, basically just remove those locusts from play. They were no longer able to really engage. They had to go around, and with the improved Colossus range, they just absolutely annihilated those locusts. We do see BueBz here having to regress back into his base. We do see, though, he has countered with some good roach play. He is going to force some level of multitasking here by IreScath. He's not letting him get away free. But this does leave another excellent force field play here by IreScath. I mean, just truly top-notch. But he does, again, have to kind of draw his attention elsewhere. And now we do see a full a pushback here by IreScath getting into BueBz's main base and really just doing some serious damage. We do see some corruptors out on the field. These guys are going to try and take out these phoenixes. The phoenixes are significant because they have this graviton beam. The graviton beam allows them to pick up the spore hosts or swarm hosts, and so they're going to be able to basically stop their ability to attack. All right, so we see a huge amount of Colossus going down, but at this point I don't know how many sentries. There's one sentry. I don't think he has enough sentries at this point to really hold off these swarm hosts, and you are going to see a very large number of Protoss units going down for free. And again, these corruptors are ready. They're at the front. They're not even worrying about the phoenixes. They are going right for the Colossus. They can take the beating that these phoenixes are giving out. They don't care. They are going literally right for the Colossus. That is all they care about. That is all BueBz needs to be concerned about, because everything else can be handled by these swarm hosts. We do see a mass recall going down, but not before another Colossus falls. So right now, it does look pretty good for IreScath, I won't lie. While he was doing that push, he was able to reestablish his third base and push out and get a fourth. So right now, it is looking fairly good here for IreScath. Again, it's still a 10x improvement on minerals, just on the content of the minerals, the amount of minerals that BueBz has. And BueBz is now able, after effectively defending that push, he is going to be able to push out here. Yeah, he is going to be able to engage and reset up his forward post. He is going to see, at least, I don't know if he recognizes it, but he's certainly going to be able to recognize that these probes were here, given his ability. And he is going to just send in the clouds. All right, so again, we see this push. We see more of these photon cannons falling. We're gonna see another one. Just a huge amount go down. All right, and now we see some void rays. But again, just the number of swarm hosts is enough where you're not really able to effectively engage. I mean, you really aren't. And now we see these probes going down. It forces IreScath. He has to engage. He has to protect his base. And now there is another counter. It does look like BueBz is going to be taking out that fourth. He is going to push. It does look like he is trying to engage with his air units. He is going to try and take down some of these units. These stalkers are able to very effectively push back that attack, but not also while these swarm hosts are able to continue to push pressure on a beleaguered IreScath, who now has very few minerals. He's being really forced to push his limits. Just looking at production, I mean, he really is being pushed to his limits financially. I mean, this could make or break the bank right here. These attacks, these force fields are going down, and we do see more of these swarm hosts just going down. But Colossus, again, and BueBz is just not even, he doesn't even care how many corruptors he loses. He's focused almost entirely on killing off these Colossus. A very wise move. I don't think he has much other choice. And now the stalkers are falling, and really it's going to come down to these void rays. I don't think they're going to be enough right there. There's simply too many anti-air, and we do see an entire army going down for IreScath. He is at his last amount of units. He's got 6 stalkers, 2 void rays against a huge amount of locusts. And we do see the ever last minute pitch of the photon overcharge, trying to do some damage, but the time is limited. This mothership is just not enough. These stalkers are going to fall to these locusts. It's free kills again. Just free damage. And all along, IreScath's fourth is going down, and he is spending like mad. I mean, to put it into perspective, BueBz hasn't even gotten his fourth fully invested here at this point. And we are seeing, again, just IreScath now. He has used up almost all of his energy on his mothership core, and it is going to leave this Nexus completely vulnerable. It is going to fall. We do see a counter hit coming up, but again, just not enough by these stalkers. Just cannot get the foot up that they need in order to push against these queens and these corruptors. It's just a too massive of a force with these locusts just everywhere. And behind this, BueBz is going to basically be able to go in and create his 5th and 6th base. I don't think he needs it. I think more importantly what he's doing is saying, you can't have these locations, I'm not going to let you. We do see a push out here by IreScath. He is going to try and take out here another base of BueBz. He has really no choice at this point but really to try and push out somewhere, anywhere, because BueBz really just still has a huge economic increase over IreScath. I mean, he could throw down maybe another 5 of these hatcheries and still be effective. We do see, I mean, IreScath is down to using probes as main combatants, and really just he has no choice but here to ignore the swarm host going down. He is engaging this hatchery. He is going to have to engage the resulting damage that he's done, but when he comes over here, he's going to have to go up against 3, 4 spine crawlers. I mean, it does not look good. He is going to be able to take a significant number of them down. His detection is now gone, though. He does not have any more detection. BueBz is going to have to counter, but again, the sentry could throw down some force fields, but IreScath really just has to kind of come in here and and now play some more defense, because now he's got his natural being attacked. I mean, there isn't a substantial amount of damage that can be done here by IreScath, and BueBz knows it. He's split up his forces. It does look like this DT is going to be able to do a little bit of damage here on these swarm hosts. He does take 1 down, but I'm not sure it's enough. We do see the forge go down. We do see BueBz retreat. So, I mean, this DT is going to be able to take out this Nidus worm, but the damage, I think, is done, I think, at this point. I mean, there really isn't much more for IreScath to do here except the inevitable. I just don't see it. I don't see how he's going to be able to bring this back into a win. The mineral count just isn't there. He can't lay down a base, because as soon as he does, it's going to be under siege by a swarm of locusts. He is in a very awkward position. I will note, though, that he is hanging on. He is holding his own right now. I believe that he is able right now to really counter, but the mobility just right now is not there for IreScath. He's on a last limb. I don't know what else to say there other than that. We do see this Colossus is alive, and there's not much left. I mean, this army in the wrong position is just going to be obliterated by these swarm hosts. I mean, there really is no other conclusion there. Again, I'm struggling to see how IreScath can pull something out of this. He is able to get his Nexus down, so that is going to bring up his mining production. I think that BueBz has now basically allowed him to do that, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I do think that he is going to get some very good free kills here against this mothership core. It is going to go down. We do see another Void Ray going down. Looking at production, I mean, we do see some sentries going down. Those are key. Those are the force fields that he needs. But I'm just not seeing how this is going to play out well for IreScath. He is running away. I don't think he has much of a choice. He has to run away. His Colossus is going to go down, simply, right now. He is Colossus-less. He does have 3 sentries, but they are completely drained of energy, down to like 20-some energy. There just isn't enough there for him to be able to gauge. You see probes just falling here. The Locust able to take out a huge number of probes. Just looking at the units killed, workers killed, 58-5. Again, a 10-1 change here, or spread in BueBz's favor. It just, I don't see how IreScath is going to recover from this. And BueBz, just fantastic play. These swarm hosts, I mean, the locations are just absolutely fantastic. He is attacking now from multiple fronts. He is able to engage on IreScath's natural and is on his third base. So we are seeing multiple attacks going down. And then, ladies and gentlemen, as a result of some fantastic swarm play by BueBz, has given us the GG in the ace match for week 1 between Raytheon and AMD. Ladies and gentlemen, Raytheon, hold on, wait for it. Ladies and gentlemen, Raytheon is going on to the next round of the playoffs and After Hour Gaming League's B League. This is JW Schmo from Team Raytheon. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in to this week's matchup between AMD and Raytheon. We look forward to the next set of matches, and JW Schmo will be casting those and throwing them on YouTube when they happen. And have a happy Passover and a happy Easter.